WolfGxngDon, never lacking. 2K bills to the fraction, breaking it down to the pound, puts news and views on tips to get you cracking. It don't stop till we on top, boy, brick by brick, we gotta build. Give a like and drop a sub, this WolfGxngDon, you know it's real. Never chill, sauce it up, we stacking, getting bills. Peep the traction, getting badges, 2K champ, this how it feels. This the dawn, yeah, running it up, no time to play. You know what's on, yeah, the greatest builds inside 2K.
What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Don back here with another build video, man, and today I got y'all with my best attempt at a Karl Anthony Towns build. And I know already. Don't judge me off base of what the shades of say. I'm going for a cat build, so y'all let me know how I did in the comment section, man. I'm really putting on for this build. Let me know what y'all think, and also make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, man. I got plenty of bangers coming for all of 2K22. But all right, let's get right into this build. So first things first, this build will be at the center position. We're going with left-handed. We're going with 00 for the jersey number, but both the handedness and the jersey number, as usual, are completely up to you. This is just what I'm going for the video. Now, all right, for the physicals or the body settings on this build, we're going 2.09 meters, 110 kilograms for the weight, and 2.24 meters for the wingspan. Now, just so you know, the 2.09 meters, that's for the height, that's about 6'10", you know what I'm saying? It's a little more than 6'10", so it might show up at 6'11" if you do this one in the Imperial system, but we're gonna go ahead and keep it moving on this. Sorry. First things first, with the close shot, we will be putting a little something on that. For the close shot, we're gonna go all the way up to an 80, man. And you can already see we get a couple of really nice badges on that. You see we already got fast twitch, we got a little bit of grace under pressure down there, but we really not focusing on that too much. For the driving layup, we'll be going with an 87. So we do want to be able to finish at a very high level on this build. One thing about this build is going to have a little bit of everything, man, just to make sure this build is well-rounded. The name of the game on this channel is all about balance, man. So for the driving dunk, we'll be going with a 75. Now, with that being said, you know that's going to unlock some of them alley-oop animations. So make sure that if you want those, you put that thing up to a 75. And we're gonna do the same thing with the driving dunk. We do want to be able to finish under the basket as well, man. You see we get rise up on silver. It kind of gives you some flexibility with the build in case you want to do a bunch of different things. Now for the mid-range, we will be putting this up because the build, I mean, you can already see that the three-pointer isn't crazy high, so we got to make sure that we get a little something with the mid-range to make this build viable. This is definitely going to add in that post game and give you a little bit of something on them post phase, man. That's something to think about when you're thinking about making this build. Now the three-point shot, we will only be taking it up to a 75, and I know 75 is a little low, but I promise you, you can get it done with just that. I have a build with a 74 and I hit pretty consistently, even though I only get dead eye and catch and shoot both on bronze. I mean, but with 23 badges, you got plenty of badges to put in plenty of places, but we'll get more into that when I actually show you all the badges towards the end of the video. So make sure y'all watch the video all the way through. I got plenty more than just the actual build. I always go through the badges. And check out some of my other videos if you haven't seen me go through the badges on the builds, because I like to make sure I give y'all a complete picture of what the build is gonna be. Now for the playmaking, every other build I make is pretty much the same. I always like to go 85 on the pass accuracy because you need that gold bullet passer. And that 85 also gets you the Hall of Fame break starter, which is very important. And look, you get post playmaker on gold as well. But like I said before, we'll get more into those playmaking badges as we get into the actual badges that I'm gonna put on this build. So for the ball handle, we will be going with a 60. And with that 60, one of the things you want to think about the most is that unpluckable on bronze. That'll save you a lot of those turnovers. You know, when a screen flips and there's some turnovers there, that can really save you at the end of the game when you know, getting the tallying up everything. You want to make sure you have the most possessions possible. So make sure you're not turning it over when you're getting those rebounds on defense. All right, time for the defense on this build. Now this build does have way better defense than Karl Anthony Towns does, no disrespect, but he's not the greatest defender, but this build will be for sure. So all right, first things first is interior defense. You want to go up to a 95 because there are a few badges that I want to make sure that you do keep your eye on. You see when I go down to a 94, it takes brick wall down to gold. We need to have that on Hall of Fame. This build needs to be able to set big body screens and be able to roll to the rim for those oops, man, because that's something that you're definitely going to need. Perimeter defense, we're going to take that up to a 71. This build is a little undersized, so you need to be able to switch. And since a lot of point guards, a lot of shooting guards are at least 6'7s, you got 6'9 shooting guards, you'll be able to switch a lot more, and you'll actually be able to play the defense, because with the 71 perimeter defense, it ties directly into lateral quickness, which will even help you down low. For the steal, we're gonna max that thing out at a 74, so you can actually play those passing lanes. You do not need a silver pickpocket at all, but you can use that silver ball stripper. So now for the block, we're going to take that all the way up. We want to get that as high as possible. We're going to take that up to a 97, man. And you can already see this build is going crazy. Already has 20 defensive badges, man. And you can see those other badges, but we'll get more into that in a second. And we're going to take the defense rebound all the way up to a 95. Unfortunately, that does not get you Hall of Fame rebound chaser, but gold is just fine. You don't need to have a 99 in defense or offensive rebounding. On this one, you really don't need offensive like that. You really won't be playing down low that much. It's more of like a pretty much a pick and cut build. So if you do get into a situation where you need an offensive rebound, you gonna have the rest of the stats to make sure you can take care of that. Now for the physicals, because we never lack on the physicals, the speed is going up to a 68. The acceleration, we're going to take it up to a 65. The strength, we want to max that out. For the vertical, we do want to go up to a 70, man, because that's what you need to make sure you can get those alley-oop animations. And then for stamina, we're going to take that up to a 95. And this is your final build here with 22, 23, 15, and 30, man. That is a very nice badge spread, especially for like a small ball center. This build can also play the 4, and that's why I like it as a Karl Anthony Towns build, because it does have a few things that I think Cat would have, like a little bit of ball handle, a lot of shooting crazy from mid, but you can also pop that 3, some really good finishing, not really necessarily a punisher in the post, but you can definitely get the job done. And just to make the build extra special, we do have a lot of defense on it with 30 defensive badges and some pretty good rebounding. We got some strength on it. Speed is a little slow, but not too much, as it's going to like hinder the build too badly. And all right, we can go ahead and finish up the build. These are the two takes that I would go with if I were making this build. I would go with See the Future and Interior Badge Drop. I think See the Future is probably the best of the rebounding takes, and Interior Badge Drop is a really good rim protector take as well. But if you want to see all the ones we do only get rim protecting and rebounds. So all right, we can go ahead and finish up the build, and it comes out as a 2-way mid-range specialist. I think this is a very good build. Shades of Alonzo Mourning, Miles Turner, and Joel Embiid, but I do think this is more of like a Cat build. I would have went with like a unicorn build, but I actually feel like I can get a better one with that. So we can go ahead and test the build, and I'm gonna show you the badges that I would actually put on this build. But the number one thing, even with takeovers, even with badges, is to make sure that the takeover matches your play style, because this is what's set for me and how I play the game. So make sure that when you make yours, you put it on how you play the game. It'll just make the game much more enjoyable for you. Just trust me on that one. Now for a center, I do it a little bit different than I would do other ones. So depending on how you want to play it, I go Lob City on most of my centers, just because I do anticipate catching a lot of lobs and running to the goal a lot. I'm gonna put putback on bronze. Slithery finisher, put that on gold. Fast twitch, I'm definitely gonna have that on gold. Fearless finisher, we do have a high layup, so you want to make sure you can capitalize on that. Posterize, we can put that on bronze. Rise up, yes sir. And limitless takeoff and unstrippable. We kind of went for all around badge spread on this. This is how I run this build. I feel like you get the most use out of all the finishing attributes that you do have. Rise up is definitely important. You do have a little bit of a standing dunk, so you want to make sure you can actually use that. Now for the shooting, I mean, same thing, different day, but I will be putting corner specialist on this, blinders as well, slippery off ball. For now, I'm putting it on bronze until I look at my other badges. Sniper, definitely gonna put that on there. Hot zone hunter, yes sir. And then catch and shoot, and dead eye. Now for the last badge, I'm gonna just put the rest of what I have into fade ace. I do feel like this build will be very good at that. You know, catching the ball, you have a lot of strength. You know, back them down a little bit and then fade. I feel like that would be a lot of offensive firepower to kind of make sure you can space that floor, and then score down low in case, you know, they're trying to trap your guards up there because they think you can't shoot. Now for the playmaking, you already know, first badge first, we always go with bullet passer. On this, I do want glue hands on silver, and I'm gonna go with a with the Hall of Fame break starter, I definitely want unpluggable. And for the last badge, I'm going to put on needle threader. I don't feel like you need much of anything else. Most of the time, if you're shooting, you're going to be open, so you don't need to put bailout on this build, even though I do put it on most of my others. Now, time for the defense. This is where this build can really shine, and with my extra badges, this is where I would likely put them. Now, first things first, brick wall. Yes, sir, I need that on there. We're going to go ahead and put rebound chaser on. Rim protector, I'm going to put that on Hall of Fame. Pogo, for now, I'm going to just put that on silver. Off-ball pest, that's silver. Interceptor, silver. We're going to go gold chase down. And for the last badge, we will be going with box. Like I said, I have extra badges, so one thing that I would do that, you know, if you don't have the extra badges, you can't do, you have to put Intimidator on Hall of Fame. And that's an additional 5 badges, and then you'll have 2 left to go ahead and put on Tyler's Defender Silver. And that's pretty much it for the badges on this build. Let me know what y'all think about the build, man. This is a Karl Anthony Towns build. Think if I hit the playstyle right with the badges. Let me know what y'all think, man. It's your boy Don, and I'm up out of here. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Get paid, little shorty, get paid. 100,000 in the safe, couple thousand in the drain. Get paid, little shorty, get paid. No, I'm always on my grind, 24/7 days.